Okay, since you're getting into this coffee game now, it's an espresso game. I thought I'd show you how I make it every morning for Laverne and I. So we always use these double walled glasses, mostly for lattes and cappuccinos. So we pretty much have everything. We've got these. These are latte glasses. These are cappuccino glasses. So they're just just a wider, sort of deeper kind of glass. And then we've got these, if you just want like double shot of espresso, and then of course the sort of standard classic double shot of espresso, little teacup kind of thing. But almost every day we make lattes out of this, right? And so if you notice right now, I've got a little bit of maple syrup in there. This is what we do every day. So it's about a half a teaspoon of maple syrup. We just find that it just tastes great, and you almost never can get maple syrup in your coffee when you go buy coffee at coffee shops. They hardly ever have it. So we've just gotten used to maple syrup because it's delicious. So I've already ground my espresso grounds. I always do about 18 grams. So I've dialed in this dose over time. Actually, let me show you this really quick. So this is the portafilter that comes with the Dedica, right? Like this is the one that comes with it. But you don't get this basket. You get this bullshit pressurized basket, which like no one uses. Like I think I've maybe used this twice and then just stuck it in a drawer. This is the standard 51 millimeter basket. So I got this on Amazon. Comes in a pack of 2. And so this is the portafilter that comes with it. But like I said, this machine's super hackable. In order to get this in there, you have to take out that plastic that's in there and cut it in half. So if you notice, this ring, which I now use as my funnel, I stick this on and I use it as my funnel so the grounds don't fall out. This was inside there and attached to that plastic. I had to take that plastic out. I got a hacksaw and I cut this off so that now I can fit this deep, standard, true 51 mil filter in there, and that makes an actual real double shot of espresso now. So the actual portafilter is really good. It's just that plastic bullshit in there, because I guess it's to simplify things for people that haven't like learned how to make real espresso. Like they have this pressurized basket that sort of adds additional pressure if you don't know how to tamp, if you don't know how to grind. It's more forgiving, but it's harder to make like real double espresso. So my advice: take this shit out. Get the proper basket, or if you don't want to get the hacksaw and do the hack, you can literally buy this. Is what the one I bought on Amazon. It's just the one with the open bottom. So when you do this, you can only make a double espresso in one glass. Like you couldn't get 2 of those. Like this is the benefit of the double spout, is you can have 2 single shots if you wanted to. So whatever. That's what I use now, and so yeah, I ended up using this. If you notice, if you watch the James Hoffman or any other YouTube videos, they always have like a funnel or a collar that they stick on there. I just found that after I used the hacksaw and I cut that thing off, this was the perfect little collar to keep my coffee grounds in there. So that's what I'm going to do now. Stick it on there. This is my 18 grams of medium roast. It's a medium roast that Laverne brought back from Seattle. So Seattle's a coffee town. She was just there with her cousin, and I told her bring me back some coffee, and she brought me back this, which is really good. It's a good roast, and this is what we've been using. And so I'm just like knocking it down a bit so it gets a little flatter. So see, my grind is like pretty fine from that hand grinder. So then I get this distributor thing. I go like that. I start making sure there's no clumps. Right? No clumps. knock it down a bit, take the collar off. Then I get my distributor. So this is the one that again, Amazon. This one works really well. It just flattens things out and evens it down. Put it against here. You probably can't see my hand. But I put it against the edge of my counter. And I just basically put it down and turn it. The good thing about these distributors is you can adjust this. You can screw this, it turns left and right, and it adjusts to the exact height of your dose. So again, I always use 18 grams, so I've adjusted the height of this, so it's perfect for 18 grams. Look at that, super flat. But then, just to make sure that I've got all the air out, I've got my stainless steel tamper, put it on the edge of the table, and I'm just gonna go down and push down on it. Edge of the counter, push down, twist. So that's what I did there. I twisted a little bit because I noticed sometimes I take this out and there'd be a little bit of coffee on there, and then it makes a little bit of a any holes or deficiencies in this. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. It will affect the actual coffee at the end. It'll affect the flavor. You want this to be exactly flat and exactly level. Like you don't want it like tilted, the puck inside. You want it to be super flat. You put this in, you notice it's even all the way around. It's ready to brew. These glasses are tall, so I usually take this base off. Stick this on. And because I've dialed this in already, I know how long it takes to brew this coffee. I usually do 28 seconds. So the good thing about this machine, the light that flashes here is 1 second. So as soon as you see the coffee coming out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, I was counting fast there. Every 2 flashes is 1 second. So that's about 28 seconds there. I'll bring this closer. And you can see the crema that comes out of this. I was double counting in the beginning there. I forget every time these lights flash, like 2 flashes is essentially like 1 second. So that was roughly 28, 29 seconds. Usually I let that drip a bit, and then I'll grab like a paper towel or something, take this out, just so that I'm not cleaning up a ton of mess later. And now it's time for the milk. So I've already got the milk here ready to go. So for this size glass, I usually put, I never measure it. It's all eyeballed now. You want to make sure it's like under the bottom of your jug, like where that V is of the jug. It's just under there. So I just kind of measure that. Every jug is different. So you gotta, if you want to start with measuring so you know the exact milliliters, you can do that. I don't do that anymore because I just want to make coffee quickly in the morning. So I just give this a little bit of a stir so that the maple syrup is mixed in. Go over here, start the steam. So usually always have to purge a steam wand. You'll see them do this at coffee shops because usually there's water that comes out first. See that? So this is the modified steam wand that I put on here. So that's an actual proper steam wand. Okay, I need 2 hands for this, so I gotta put this back. And I'll show you. It's tough. This is something that it's gonna take you a long time to learn. But I'll tell you what I'm doing. So I'm basically getting air in. That sound is the air going in. And then after it should be silent. So I'm making sort of cappuccino thickness foam. You don't want a ton of bubbles. I'll show you what it looks like at the end. And the way that you know that you're done is just basically temperature. That's why they use metal jugs. so that you can feel the heat of the milk. When it starts to feel like it's going to burn your hand, that's when you know you're done. Generally. You can end sooner or later depending on the milk consistency that you want, but yep, so now it's starting to burn my hand. I take that off. So usually if you're trying to pour latte art, it should look like that. It should have a glassy surface. It should look like, someone said this on YouTube and it kind of stuck with me. It should look like wet paint. It should look like white paint. It shouldn't have giant bubbles in it. It shouldn't look super foamy. It should look like thicker milk, like cream almost. So knock it a few times. Knocking it just gets the milk out. Now I don't know, so see if I can pour a good decent latte art right now on camera. Let's see. Swirl, 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 and push, push, push. There you go. And that is how I use this machine. This machine's great, man. It's a great little machine. You can make really good quality coffee out of it. Every time people come over, they're always wanting us to make coffee with this thing. You know, you don't need a $3,000 machine, you know, especially with how easy this was to hack. If you do want to pour latte art, I really recommend changing this wand. The thing that comes with it is garbage. It's literally just to make foamy milk, but you'll never be able to pour anything like that with foamy milk. It'll just be too thick. You'll just get like a big thick layer of white foam. But yeah, this machine's great. I love it. I think you guys are gonna love it too.